very good afternoon and a happy new year for the first race of 2024 for the 18-footers. And Sydney Harbour is a little overcast, but there's a nice breeze. I'm Peter Shipway, and as usual, Andrew Buckland and Jimmy Bury will be bringing this coverage to you. And we've got the first heat of the Australian titles today, and we're expecting a very, very good race over the full course. And Andrew, as we say hello to you, the weather, briefly, please.
Well, Pete, east coast of Australia, high centred just east of Hobart, so directing southeasterly wind up the entire east coast. Big ebb tide, wind today probably 8 to 18 will cover the range, I expect. And some possibility of rain squalls and the attendant increase and decreases that go with that. So had a couple of showers this morning, but it'll be a pretty nice day. Not too many spectator boats, big ebb tide, quite smooth water relatively speaking. Looking forward to it.
Okay, well, Jimmy Bury, hello to you. And the course, as we look at the start boat in Taylor Bay, course number 3, just run through that for us, please.
G'day, Shippo. Yeah, course number 3 is the southeast course. As you said, we start down here in Taylor's Bay. They work their way up into Rose Bay to a laid mark, and then a long run down to Robertson Point. Work their way back up to Clark Island, and then a run down to Chowder Bay. Then work their way back up into Rose Bay, down to Taylor's, back up into Rose Bay, then run down to Robinson, and then finish off Clark Island. So a bit of a backwards, upside down figure of 8 course.
Yeah, a bit for everyone, I think. So, as I said, the first of 6 heats for the Australian title. The defending champion is Finport Finance, Keegan York, and have to congratulate Keegan, who was part of the winning crew of the 16-footer nationals that concluded yesterday on Botany Bay. Keegan was on the sheet for the boat Southerly, and they had an outstanding series, winning 3 of the 9 heats. And Sarah Lee, the first female skipper to win a 16-foot title, in an amazing performance. She beat a lot of rock stars, and Keegan and Kurt Warner, I'm sorry,
yep.
With the crew, and boy, were they potent. And if you did watch the Sail Media stream, you couldn't have been anything but impressed by their performance. But so Keegan's back out here today to see if he can defend his title, but a couple of significant changes on helm stations today. Probably the most significant is on Yandu. John Winning Sr. is not sailing, which is a massive surprise for those that know Woody. Takes a lot to keep him off the harbour, but his medical situation is not great, with his hips giving him a lot of grief. And so Mika Lane comes in aboard Yandu, along with Fang Warren and Lewis Brake. Of course, they were the state champions, so Woody is looking at perhaps an operation which may rule him out for the remainder of the season, but we'll just wait and see how that progresses. And also on the Rag and Famish, Harry Price is down in Hobart racing in the Moth Nationals, and Bo Junk comes aboard to skip up Rag and Famish today. Andu, John Winning Jr. is on the helm with Sevi Jarvin, and Big Pete Harris comes aboard as crew, standing in for Sam Newton, who's away in Dubai. In Abu Dhabi with the Sail GP. Pete Harris, a former winner of the JJs, and also was aboard URM in this year's Sydney Hobart race when they finished second on corrected time. So a few changes there. Noakes Red is not racing today. I believe one of the crew, or maybe even Beck Hancock, the skipper, is down with COVID. So we wish her well, or wish the crew well. But at the moment we're on station in Taylor Bay waiting for the start. Most of the boats are slowly getting out here, and this breeze, Andrew, up and down, isn't it, as you'd expect in a day like this?
Yeah, and the water's warm, it's turbulent, boundary layer stuff, and as we noted, little bits of rain cell coming off the hotter water offshore. Sort of not completely unusual conditions. And Pete, I mean, looking at it now, there's big spots of about 10 knots.
So there's today's race sponsor, Burrawang Young Henrys, with Simon Nern, Wilbur Finlay and Paddy Bannon. Been consistent performer this year, and one of the great supporters of the 18-footers, the Burrawang Hotel down in the lovely Southern Highlands of New South Wales and Young Henry's. And all skiffs, Andrew, on second rigs, are they? I think
the park consensus got decided pretty early today.
Yeah. It's probably a big sail breeze looking at it now, isn't it? Most of the time, do you think?
Yeah, at the crossover, I think a fair bit of the day. And but
The forecast is for it to increase, though, isn't it?
forecast suggests it will build towards 5 o'clock.
Yeah. So that's probably why they've all erred on the side of caution.
Well, there's that Spectator Ferry back in full swing with the ferry wharf at Double Bay next to the 18-footer club there, back in harness just before Christmas, and over 120 good folks aboard the ferry today, and they will see hopefully a very, very good race. Now, Jimmy, you were with your team, the Sail Media team, gave a great coverage down at Botany Bay for the 16s, but a lot of those boys racing here today were racing with the 16s, weren't they, down there?
Yeah, so you had Flynn Toomey off the Balmain, as you said, Keegan York, and Matt Stenner from off the Finport Finance. You had Finn Rodowicks on the Rag and Famish. Shore and Partners, you had Cam McDonald and Tom Quigley were down there. 6, you had Nathan Edwards and Lockie Pryor. Smeg, Nathan McNamara. The Kitchen Making, Lockie Steele and Jerome Watts. Nyandu, Fang Warren. So it was a fair contingent of the 18 boys down at the 16s.
Yeah, well, they had a long week, I think 9 heats plus an invitation race, and they only finished yesterday in a good east-nor'easterly, so they had hopefully a good night's sleep, a couple of amber fluids, and they're back into it today. There's the Roll Oak 4 Pines.
Yeah, I spoke to Keegan in the park before. He said, I thought it was going to be a pretty low-key presentation. He said it got very
Rowdy?
loose and rowdy very quickly.
It's good skiffy stuff, really, isn't it?
Absolutely.
What more could you expect? Keegan's been around long enough to know that. If he's expecting a low-key presentation.
So, Jimmy, what boat did Matty Stenner sail on?
Matty Stenter sails on the Moon and Yachts,
On the
who
Moon,
I think
okay.
they ended up fifth in that regatta after fighting it out for third.
And how did our old mate Lee Napton and co go?
Well, Leroy Ajday is coming back from back surgery, so he's he said he was feeling okay.
Struggling a little bit.
Yeah, he was struggling a little bit. Pete Mackey and Ricky Bridge sail on the Noakes down there with him, and they think they got a fourth overall.
They got disqualified with a black flag one day, I think, which is never a good thing to happen.
That's pretty untidy, isn't it?
That was early in the regatta, so he had that hanging over his head for a long while,
and he went in the tide one day as well, didn't he? So
yeah, very uncharacteristic to see the Noakes boys upside down ever.
So Nathan Wilmot was second. And,
Nathan was second, and then the Macon boys of Skelcon from Belmont. They were the BP of the event. They were the quiet achiever and just chipped away at it and come away with the third.
52 boats is a good fleet, isn't it?
It was a very strong fleet, 52 as you said, and I think there was 18 13-foot skiffs, and that was a very tight battle. That was right down to the last as well.
What I liked about it, and watching it as I did most days, or looked at the replay at night, there were no kumquats down there, powerboats powering over the course. Only one day there was a powerboat came down across the starting line before the race started, but most of the time, well, all of the time, it was a clear runway, wasn't it?
Mate, it was a fabulous place to hold a regatta down there. They held a couple of races actually in the river, but the majority were all out on the bay, and it was pretty good actually. Our biggest problem down there obviously was getting the drone in the air with the where they set some of the courses with the approach and departures of Sydney Airport.
Not many takeoffs and landings there, are there, Jimmy?
No, mate, no, none at all. No, the guys handling the drones, Dylan and Piers, did an awesome job to get the drones up and about when we could.
Well, we say hello to Grant Rollison. Rollo, you're been active on the live chat from all the way from Western Australia. He's got some ideas of where to sail on the harbour.
I'm just asking,
He wants 5 to 15 knots more of wind. So, Rollo, I don't know. We can do most things, but I don't know whether we can help you there.
just asking which side of the beat we should go, Pete.
So, Rollo, yeah, which side of the island? We want your advice on that. Who else we got? The Yankee Express is tuning in. Ralph Munro.
And Pete, we should have a shout out to our old mate Pete LeGrove, one of the good guys of 18 footer sailing. Nearly got the class up and viable in the UK and then came to live in Australia full time. Retired from steering historical 18 at a relatively young age of about 80. So Pete, I know you're listening.
Yep.
Great that you're up and about, mate.
Philip Thompson, more skiff sailing. Too much sailing is never enough. I think we all agree with you.
Yep. Hey, Jimmy, can we get your second opinion on that?
Oh, you know, we just need a bit more practice, mate. We're good to go.
So, hello to Gav M from the Philippines. Ralph Munro. The Yankee Express is there. Mike Saby. Graham Bennett.
Hey, Sabes.
All the way from the Northern Territory.
And these two characters.
There's our
Heidi
Heidi
and
Austin,
Austin.
all the way from United Kingdom. Hello to you and a Happy New Year to you and your family.
Fighting over who won that race.
Yeah, who did win that race, boys and girls? Anyway, hope you enjoy today's first heat of the Australian titles. We're still a little way from the start, but most of the fleet are here. Remembering no Noakes Red today. No John Winning Senior on Yandu. Mick Lane comes in there as the helmsman. And Bo Junk sails Rag and Famish for Harry Price. So it's quite a empty harbour, Andrew, as you said earlier, isn't it? There's not many boats out on this grey old day.
It's grey but warm for the viewers.
Well, it's been very humid here in Sydney over this last week or 10 days, or really since Christmas, I think.
It's water offshore is about 26. Air temperature here is about 26.
15 seconds till.
So we're looking at about just over 5 minutes to the hooter. The starting equipment, the Karos starting equipment. These boats are checked in with the start boat with their little dials. If they get a green light, they're away. If they get a red light, well, they've been naughty and got to come back as the 5 red flags come out on the back of the stern of the committee vessel. And the breeze, 11, 12 at best.
Yeah, just low range second sail. Not too bad. Still 3 strings. I guess, Jimmy, the first part of this beat, the classic way to go is right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do not get into the current, the ebb tide, until you have to.
Yeah, it's well, Woody's out here on a rib, so he's
Really wants to wreck his hips a bit more.
just wants to rag his hips a bit more, but you know, he'll always go right.
Yeah. Okay, right on 4 minutes, the hooter, and we say hello to our friends in Abu Dhabi. Dylan Clark is over there, and Dylan is our drone operator of great repute here, but he's away over there working for Sail GP, and he needs to get those Australians doing a bit better. They're down in 6th place after yesterday's 3 light wind races. Dylan, of course, had great success over Christmas, and we'll tell you a bit more about that next week when he's back here. We don't want to blow his tyres up too early and too much. So good day to you, Dylan. And here we are, first heat, the Australian titles. Finport, the defending champion. And what's your early prediction here, Andrew, of the track? Right of the island, looking upwind?
I think you've got to go right the first half of the beat, Pete. And I don't know, but I suspect the right side of the island will pay. And I guess to make an even gutsier prediction, I would expect Finport should win this race.
Whoa, okay.
There we go.
Okay. Yep.
And I think Balmain might get on the podium as well. I think
Wow,
they've been
Bucko, you've had a big new year.
That's right, exactly.
Geez, throwing it out. Well, you've got 2 out of 3. Give us the third.
Oh, no idea. Absolutely no idea.
Dear, oh dear. Early predictions. I like it.
Yeah.
Want to buy into that, Jimmy, or just see how it pans out?
I think we just let it play out, should we?
I'll tell you about 100 metres from the finishing line, I think.
Yeah, I reckon
That'll be
that's
my
when we'll
tip.
have our pick.
Yeah.
That's a good call, boys.
Okay.
As Groucho Marx said, even predicting the past is a bit dangerous. Oh, you try and predict the future. So, folks, the committee's got a nice looking line in. Pretty good. Good
Pretty
wind.
straight?
Yep, pretty straight.
Pretty straight, yes. A little crooked in the middle, though. It always bends in the middle, doesn't it?
Somehow.
Yep. But I'm sure our drone will show that a bit shortly. Coming up, just under 2 minutes to go. Breeze lifting off here again.
Check.
Quite light.
Yeah.
Ferry.
Find the pressure, Peter.
Yeah.
On the right at the moment.
Is this ferry going to come into play, Andrew? Coming out across Clifton Gardens, and he's going to be right in front of the racetrack, I think, in about 2 minutes or so,
Yep.
with under a minute 25. So the starters looking at that. Is Jeremy Whitty on the start boat today? Did we see?
Negative, mate.
He's not there, is he?
No.
I don't know where Jeremy is, but anyway, bit more breeze coming down for the start here, Andrew.
Breeze in the
Okay,
right
there's
and
the-
pressure in the right.
The skyline above Bradley's head. Okay, 1 minute. Oh, going to be tight with this ferry.
Well, the ferry will nearly be gone, Pete. I
Yeah,
don't think
he
it's
might.
it's going to be a serious problem.
Anyway, all stacked up at the windward end at the moment.
I'm just looking at the back of the camera cat, the Lazarus shooting down the line with Aaron Everett steering that today, Pete.
Yeah, we didn't mention that. Sorry, Aaron.
So he wants to get down to that pin end.
And Ben Crawford, Carl's son on the main sheet.
There you go.
There's a rack up. And Reece Goldsmith in the bow.
Okay, one boat's going to miss it. He's off Bradley's head still, and that is
Shore and Partners.
Shore and Partners. They're way late. Okay, we're about to stack up here. Just over 10 seconds to go. Andu putting their bow forward. Pedals are down on most boats. 4, okay. Think we're going to be clean, are we? Let's see what happens. Okay, according to Vicaris, we've got over is Balmain.
Finport.
Finport's gone back. Balmain's gone back.
And was Andu over? Did they?
No.
No.
He was
Royal
safe.
Oak. Okay.
Royal Oak was row F
And still over.
and still over.
So how was
How's
Yandu
that?
not over? That's the question.
Okay, so the red lights on the Vicaris system have showed that Balmain was over.
Royal Oak is trying to bear away, Pete.
And Finport went back. So your 2 picks, Andrew, have given them a good start.
Well, they're good enough.
Okay, well, if they're good enough, they're good enough.
And
Royal Oak coming back.
Finport's going the right way up the beat here, I'm pretty sure. The other guys are getting interfered with by the
Okay,
ferry.
majority out on starboard. Yeah, the ferry did have a little effect there, which is now basically across the fleet. Shore and Partners coming down with a spinnaker, so they will be certainly last to finish. But we're away on starboard, the majority of the fleet.
Try last to start, Peter.
Yeah, last to start. Maybe last to finish as well. But so a few have gone right, but the majority have gone left. We believe Royal Oak, well, they didn't believe, they did go back, but we think they didn't have to.
And they will be able to get redress for that. Very big hole in the wind caused by that ferry.
That ferry, yeah, left a big gap in the breeze.
Yep.
Pounce out the other side, and there's good breeze. It's gone a little bit left. A little bit left. Andu tacks. And Andu and Yandu are both tacked. They're in the middle of the pack, and they look as though they're pretty close to the lead on the Andu.
Tell you, I haven't seen out here is the 18 Footers Bar and Restaurant.
No, I haven't seen them either. That's
No,
the
they're not.
fleet that is still going on.
Jimmy, they're not starting
starboard,
today.
led by the Burrawang, Rag and Famish. standing in towards Steel Point. Outgoing tide, quite a strong tide, big tide.
It's a 1.9 high down to a 0.1.
Wow, so there'll be plenty of flow, Jimmy.
Well, I was ripping yesterday, Pete, I can tell you.
Well,
Nearly 2 knots.
so there's Marine Outlet. It's John Cooley.
So the other boat that is a chance, actually, that I didn't mention, is the Your Name Here.
Your Name Here, exactly.
Yep.
Kurt Mitchell, he's been third in the state titles. He's been improving all year, and he's put his name up there again now. He's hasn't got a sail insignia, but we're just watching now Marine Outlet going behind Smeg. Nathan McNamara steering Smeg, John Cooley on the Marine Outlet. Very shortly, there's today's sponsor, the Burrowang, still going into Steel Point. Well, he's going to really have some adverse current coming around Steel Point out of Rose Bay, but Rag and Famish with Bow Junk got away nicely. Haven't tacked after the starting line, but now the fleet, I think the majority are going to go to the right-hand side of the island, Andrew, I think, looking at it.
Yep. Well, Ando leads pretty clearly. Probably.
Do you want to add them into your box trifecta bucket?
No, I'm fine. I'm
But
happy.
also, Your Name Here, Kirk Mitchell's done well, as has Smeg.
But Ando leads by a fair way, Pete. Finport is back up in the running again, despite going back.
Yes.
Probably back up to 6 or thereabouts.
There he is on the screen, just going back on starboard.
Yeah.
Just looking for some clear air. Okay, there's Your Name Here, no insignia on the sail. Still looking for that sponsor. So he's now basically committed to almost to the right-hand side of the island, I think. Yeah, Andu leads quite clearly. Really got the foot down here going in towards the western side of Point Piper, but we're on Your Name Here and Smeg. They're probably about 4th or 5th or even better. Fisher Paykel just to right of screen, Jordan Gertis, and then the Kitchen Maker here. They're certainly within the top 6 or 8.
Definitely in the top 20.
Absolutely. Very good observation, Jimmy. Haven't lost it. Boy, and Andu has stepped out nicely. She would lead. That's Point Piper in the background. It's nice pressure coming down here, Andrew, between Shark and Island Point Piper. That's what they're looking for.
So that's the strongest wind is probably exactly where you say there, Pete. Just in the little funnel with the longer fetch into the back of Rose Bay, into the south corner of Rose Bay.
Sorry, go forward.
Andu leads by quite a long way.
Andu, Yandu will be 1 and 2. Sixth could be 3rd. And it'll all depend on how those other boats that went hard into the left will go. There's plenty of good breeze here up in the Point Piper Shark Island area.
Yeah.
There's Finport.
So Balmain's come back pretty strongly also. From a recall.
Yeah, there's the Balmain boys. Crossing the Kitchen Maker, very close to Marine. Fisher Paykel's just tacked on their gas up to windward. Yeah,
Maker, Paykel, Andu, Yandu.
Yeah, I think that the right-hand side of the island certainly paid dividends here. Finport just in touch, but a long way behind.
Yeah,
Andu.
he had a stab at the wrong side and didn't like the look of it.
Breeze probably a little stronger in the right and a little lifted.
Yeah. So best location-wise at the moment, possibly Your Name Here. Andu further to leeward in the back of the screen there in less pressure. More wind coming on the right edge here.
Okay, we'll see Finport in a moment just come astern of the Kitchen Maker.
Into the best pressure on
Yep.
the bay right now.
He'll keep going, I think, here, Keegan, for a...
A bit of dirty air off the big powerboat too, Pete, though. Sorry, folks, upwind, directly upwind of Finport now. Big 50-footer.
There's another puff coming to him. He's going to tack early before it.
The Shore and Partner fans, they've just capsized just off Point Piper.
Oh, right.
Not on screen.
Their bad day continues. They missed the start. Now they've capsized. So a good battle for sort of 3rd, 4th and 5th. Andu is cleared out, but there's a Rag and Famish
Coming from the far edge, Pete.
coming. Looks to be high on the right at the moment.
High but slow.
Oh, here's Andu. There's a really handy spectator boat there. Not spectator boat, cruise vessel. What do they call them, Andrew? Party boat, are they?
Just a large barge.
Yeah, just a large kumquat head.
Good pressure on the right,
Yeah.
and Your Name Here making
Yeah,
ground.
good inroads too. That's
Yep.
no, Your Name Here. Andu leads. Yandu with Michelane steering would be second, and coming out of the left, Rag and Famish hasn't done that badly. We'll see him in a moment.
He took the odds to it fully. So the viewers, the wind would mark about 300 metres upwind of Andu.
Yeah, now it gets tricky. A lot of puffs, highs and lows between the leading group and the weather mark. And who just tacked close to a ley line, but and not that far ahead of Yandu.
Yandu's gone up there very
Yandu
fast.
absolutely got a nice right hander right at the end. So it'll be Andu, Yandu, Your Name Here at the moment. Andu just struggling for height to get around this weather mark the first time. Yeah, they're laying it, they're okay. Put the bow down a little in a moment.
Yeah, no, that's a good fetch.
Yep.
Rock and roll. Here we
Gets
go.
tricky up here. We say that every time because it does happen.
But good pressure here,
Okay,
Pete. So
yep.
15 knots, perhaps.
Nice,
14.
easy bear away. Pete Harris in the bow. Stand in for Sam Newton as the Yandu comes around with Michelane. Good job. A little bit more pressure there. Andu's set nicely. Nice job.
Pretty good set for.
So off they go. So these two leaders have got a good jump.
Yep.
Third will be Your Name Here.
Wow.
And then a good battle for fourth.
And the Rag and Famish has got up there as well.
Yeah, okay. Your Name Here around cleanly. Good. They've done a good job.
So
again.
they've come out of the pack, Pete. So they must be going pretty quick through the
Yeah,
water.
we saw that before Christmas. They were Smeg.
Yep.
Next with Nathan McNamara, Jed Cruikshank, and Jack Taylor.
So all these blokes have warmed up in the 16 nationals, Jimmy, haven't they? Really?
Rag
Like
and
they'd be worn out is what they would be.
Warmed up, mate. Warmed up.
Rag and Famish, Bo Junk doing a good job, standing in for Harry Price. Balmain and Fisher Paykel around. Balmain, of course, was recalled, went back. Sixth is next, then the Kitchen Maker in plenty of pressure. Marine Outlet. Finport, ooh, he's giving a bit of a start today, old Keegan. Having to go back now. Today's sponsor, the Burrawang, is next around.
Yeah, but Keegan would know that fourth place is only 150 metres away. He wouldn't be
First and second have really got to jump.
too distressed.
So he hasn't had much experience over the last week with boats in front of him. He's been so dominant in the 16s. But anyway, today's another day. The Burrawang just getting their chute set. All hunting up for a bit of pressure here. This long run back down towards the Kirribilli area. And the last couple to come around of the Royal Oak, who went back. He's just gone round the windward mark. Shore and Partner still to go round, and as is Lazarus. But that's the entire fleet today. No 18-footer bar and restaurant. They didn't appear. No Noakes red. So it's a VMG run. See Yandu jibey already, but most of these boats still on port jibe. Do you jibe early, Andrew, or do you just...
No, you can't go where Smith's going. If it's that light, you have to do a jibe, I think. So the guys behind will be watching and going, oh, that doesn't look very good.
Because you do get a good lee influence off Point Piper, and they hunt up looking for pressure, but then all of a sudden it drops you. So this will be interesting. Yandu jibed away early. Andu hasn't. They're still extending down on port jibe.
And Pete, I think that Yandu could be in the lead here.
I think he's done a good job.
And a big rain squall coming in off the ocean too, folks. Thanks, Jimmy. Very aquatic up at
Here's
Wahine Cove.
Andu has jibed, and I think you might be right, Andrew.
Yep.
Yandu
Pretty solid game.
might have got the jump here, and we'll cross ahead of Andu. It's going to be close. Just see Yandu in a moment. That's Bradley's head in the background. There they are. Yandu on starboard, but Yandu will go across just ahead. So that's been a gain to Yandu.
The other thing that's going to come into play, Pete, is the Manly ferry is outbound towards Manly, which they're all just about there. It is at the top of the screen.
Well, we can't see, man. It's just covered in rain. We assume it's still there, Jimmy.
It's definitely still there.
Live updates from the front bar, Pete.
Yeah. That's the race leader, Yandu. Oh, there's the rain in the background, tumbling down at Manly, north head. So your garden will be getting a good drenching. So we're looking at Kirk Mitchell and Andrew Stevenson and Daniel Barnett and your name here, but there's the race leader. But it's tight. It's tightened right up again. A really good battle here.
And 6 was the only boat to really be affected at this stage by the Manly ferry. So
Pete, I think that the guys looking backwards here, Yandu might have a further gain here by getting the ley line right. The guys might be able to still win all the way to Bradley's. Travelling in with the race leader, about to get intersected with the fleet of J70s, I think, going upwind.
Yes. So
He's just
Yandu has jibed to come in to.
He's all right. He's just going to be clean on that J70 fleet, which is started. He'll do a giant drop here, Pete, at the bottom. Let's watch that one.
You've got a bit of bumpy water here.
Are you up for it, brother?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
On New Year's resolution, I'm always ready.
Always ready. Fair enough.
Okay, they're just jiving.
Stuff.
A bit of wind.
Yeah, a bit of sticks, a bit of
lumpy
water.
water.
A good little test.
It's good
No worries.
Good crew. Fang Warren and Lewis Brake with Mika Lane steering.
Mika will be enjoying this.
Yeah, so they'll lead. And a good battle for second and third. Your name here will drop early. Andu jibe drop. So they are second. So they lost a fair bit on that run.
And they ended up
Jibe too late.
Ended up in a light spot and all sorts of complications. Your name here, a little bit of stall there on the jib, so a little bit overshooted. But anyway, good score coming from the right-hand edge. And God knows what's happening over Manly, Jimmy. Can we get a correspondent up there?
We do have a correspondent over there, just depending on whether he's surfaced from
I see.
from a presentation night
Johnny
last night.
Munson or her?
Well, Mano's got to have the YouTube set up by Beck, so. But talking about Craig Nichols.
All right. Okay, well, here's a good go for fourth, led by Rag and Famish.
Yep.
Fisher Paykel, he's put his name in the hat. Smeg's there too. Oh, Smeg's still got the spinnaker.
Not very windy.
Still up.
Finport drive too
Kitchen
early, I think.
maker. Finport's come back into this as we expected.
Yep.
Certainly fourth is very close for them.
Yep. Big game here at Find the Wind, Pete. Which way are we going to go, mate?
Oh, just got to clear your air, I think. There's a lot of J70s everywhere. They'll be chopping the breeze up. But Balmain into windward. 6.
He's not having a good day, is he?
No, there's just no breeze down here at this leeward mark. Marine Outlet will be next. Then the Royal Oak. And then Burrowang.
Well, 6 can probably be excused for today, as Nathan is the president of the 16th Foot Skiff Association, and Lockie's forward end won the regatta on handicap.
So what are you saying, Jimmy? They might have had 11, 8 or 3.
Maybe 4.
Okay, well, we'll excuse them, but...
Okay. Plenty of ebb tide.
Here comes the Burrowang. There she comes. Just a late, very late drop, you'd say, but in a good puff. She's left a bit. Oh, here comes Shaw and Partners in a bit of wobble coming into the mark.
So, Pete, looking up the beat here, more wind on the left.
There is in towards Bradley's head.
Yep.
But most of the fleets have gone hard right.
Yep.
Is this Finport here?
Yes.
Finport and Fisher Paykel going left.
I'd rather suspect the breeze is going to spin left as a result of that rain squall up at Manly as well, perhaps.
See the puffs coming down now quite clearly from the overhead shot. There's Finport and Fisher Paykel going in towards Bradley's. You can see the rain has cleared over North Head now. It's gone drifted inland. Doesn't look like any rain coming for the immediate future here where we are. There's Andu tacking, and Yandu still leads from those two. They've gone right into Rushcutters Bay there. They've got a hard right. There's Smeg. He went in towards Bradley's head. Smeg will be third or fourth.
Yeah, it's a big fight for fourth, fifth, third, sixth, sort of.
Yeah.
Fisher and Paykel going to tack.
Okay, well, Yandu looks as though he's extended somewhat. We're on Finport here, the defending champion. This is the first heat of the National Australian titles. As Yandu, but it's Yandu to leeward, Yandu up to windward.
Just behind them is Your Name Here.
It's a good little yacht race, 1, 2, 3, isn't it? But the breeze a long way left now, and
well, they're in the right, so it'll be interesting to see how Keegan York punches out from Bradley's. But yeah, Your Name Here is doing a great job, and we'll concentrate on this group here at about 5th, 6th or 7th. Kitchen Maker, Fisher Paykel and Smeg. That's the leading group they're looking at. There they are. Your Name Here is really putting in a very impressive performance.
Well, Pete, the big test about to come. The Spinnaker reach down to Chowder Bay. Breeze quite a long way in the left, as we've noted. Tight angle.
Make it tighter, but
Yep.
this Your Name Here has got some good speed. Boat looks good. Good setup. Nice and flat, the boat. Just coming into nice pressure coming out of Double Bay, but Your Name Here is in second. Andu's dropped back to third, I'd say.
And just off screen, Pete, I'm just looking into Double Bay. Lazarus heading home for the Lazarus supporters.
Okay. A breakage of some description. So the Yandu here and Your Name here getting up towards the Port Tack low line. With the windward mark, got about 500 metres upwind.
So Cameron Wall, thank you, Cameron, for your input. He said it's piddling down at Manly.
Piddling.
Wasn't quite the word he used, but it started with P. but we're on a family show here, so thank you, Cameron, for that.
Cameron will be sailing the lasers out of Manly Yacht Club, Pete.
Persisting.
Is that the word, perhaps? Persisting down, yes. I think we all know what we mean. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, they're the three boats, 1, 2 and 3. So Kirk Mitchell still third. So we're off. Some good breeze they're coming into. Remembering Mika Lane is steering Yandu today in place of John Winning, Senior, who's in the sick bay, but he is out here watching, as you'd expect. It's going to be a close race, this. These three have jumped away from the remaining pack. And the interest will be at how Finport went when he went hard left, as Yandu tacks on a pretty tight lay line, I think. Oh no, it looks okay.
No, he's got a good puff coming in.
Nice puff coming, you can see it from the overhead.
Bit of high right, he'll be happy.
Yep.
And then that'll get him away from the wind shadow too, by the look of it, by the position of the puff. Pretty big wind shadow here at the Windward Mark Point Piper.
Just
quite
about to
high
get it.
hill. Here's the
There's
puff.
a good little puff just about to hit him.
Yeah.
So he leads by about less than 10 seconds to Andu. So they get the bow down on Andu and
Straight to a shoot.
then straight into it on the Yandu.
Just sailed 100 metres, not a bad thing to do.
Oh, nice set on the Yandu.
Great set, not nice, Pete, great.
Oh, just Your Name here's just run out of breeze.
No,
Where the
he's
mark
got
got
a-
missed it. He's short.
Got a 40-degree header.
Oh dear, that hurts.
Yeah.
That really hurts.
Nice and tricky this
Oh,
last
look
Yeah,
at
it's going
Yandu.
back the other way.
Yandu's off to the zoo.
Yep. Did say it was going to be a tie race tonight, Pete.
Oh, you did?
Wow, look at that.
Well,
Going the wrong way,
Better
guys.
get rid of that, boys.
now, interestingly, Finport's got himself up to 5th.
Yep, so the left paid pretty solidly.
Oh, poor old Your Name here, still trying to get around the weather mark.
Yeah.
I think if he looks down, he'd just go main and jib reach. He might make some inroads here.
Andu in a bit of trouble in the
And
background.
into windward.
Go back. Yes, go back.
Oh, he's got a man flying out to windward. Andu in real trouble.
Coming on.
Saved it. They've saved
They
it.
got going.
Saved
They
it.
got back on board.
So, Your Name here, after struggling at the weather mark, can probably see what's happening. We'll just main and jib for a little while. Rag and Famish, good job from Bo Junk. He's in 4th spot. And Kitchenmaker's just going to get round the mark in front of Finport.
To get rolled by Finport.
We're just watching.
Good
there
bit of
they are.
puff
There's-
coming.
There's the mark here in Double Bay. Finport just behind Kitchenmaker, and then Smeg stubbed his toe with no breeze here. Oh, Andu is off to lure to Bradley's. He's had to drop,
He's
and then
having some trouble on the drop too.
yeah, Yandu is around Bradley's, having dropped their spinnaker. The following group have not sent spinnakers yet, just main and jib reach. As the fleet are weaving through these J70s.
Their top marks are just to the right of screen, so they'll be hopefully the last interaction we have with them.
Just getting word through that looks like Harry Price has won the Australian Moth titles. very narrowly from Otto Henry and Rob Greenhalgh. So 3 very good sailors there, but Harry Price looks as though provisionally the winner from Otto Henry. As we're watching Yandu still in the lead.
And Your Name Here, they're waving at the spectator ferry to try and get out of their way.
Nicely positioned to windward of them.
It's part of the course.
Rag and Famish will see centre Spinnaker.
Yeah.
Your Name Here will have to go for a shoot shortly, I would think. There's the Rag trying to get into 3rd place. Your Name Here had no favours done by the ferry. As the Rag are going to rumble up to the ferry as well. And they're going to end up in the lee of the ferry.
And it's a big hole, particularly when he motors it like that.
Yeah, going the same speed, but his Your Name Here has just got the Spinnaker up.
Yeah.
So Yandu leads quite clearly, even after they had that Spinnaker ride take them well down to leeward. And
Well,
nicely ahead.
He's on a comfortable 2-sail on the market on the point of Chowder.
We're on Yandu.
So he's sort of on the low edge of the jib there to make sure he doesn't have to reset the chute. You can see the mark just about aligned with the promontory in the background there.
The guys on the mark lane boat have definitely earned their beer this afternoon with the amount of marks they've got to pull back up.
So Yandu are about a minute and a half from the turning mark at Chowder. And they lead very comfortably from Yandu. The Rag and Your Name Here, that's the battle for 3rd. Breeze still a steady, times 11, 12 knots. Times down to under 10. Yandu very comfortable here. He's going to have a nice lead. 30 or 40 seconds as around he goes.
More than that, Pete. Yandu's got to reset the chute.
Oh, they are. They've got high. You're right. Yeah. Could be best part of a minute.
Yep.
So closing up on Yandu is the Rag and Your Name Here.
So coming in hot behind them, Your Name Here, Finport, Yandu in front of them with Rag and Famish. Rag and Famish probably going to have a set again as well.
So the white Spinnaker belongs to Finport, is that right? I think.
Yep,
that's correct.
yeah, that is right.
Okay, well he's got his name firmly in the hat again, Keegan.
And Balmain not far behind him.
Don't forget those 2 boats were over at the start and went back. As we're watching Yandu, they didn't reset, but they're around.
Yeah, they just cruised
Oh,
in
it's
there.
good breeze, good puff they're gone round
A
in.
bit of puff, yep.
It's a good lead though to Yandu.
Yeah, and he's just gone through the ferry
Very
wash at the top.
lead. Okay, so the Rag is now 3rd.
Coming in on a screamer.
Yeah,
That's a good effort from those boys, because that's
Absolutely.
a completely new combination today.
absolutely.
Terrific work.
Terrific.
Introductory in the park.
That's right. G'day, mate. What's your name?
Bo Junk, excellent work. Very good effort. Now, didn't have a great run, the old Your Name Here. They got becalmed and underlaid the top mark, and then the ferry got in their way, but they're still in the mix. And here comes the defending champion, Finport, in 5th spot.
He still wouldn't be happy with that, though,
No,
Pete.
but is he close enough to get 3rd? Probably is. Still probably only halfway through.
Mid-range with this rig, he's pretty fast, isn't he, actually?
Smoking in here.
His rig sets up really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got to think really hard now. This beat, no different to the first one. See if you can find a line of puff and get on the other tack, get on to port.
You'd still go to the right of the island, would you, do you think, Andrew?
No, it paid significantly, I think, Peter.
Yeah.
You know, the rain squall effect has probably gone away, so it's back to status quo, really. Keegan needs to think about getting on the other tack, I think.
Okay, that's the next group with Balmain, Smeg, Kitchen Maker. Don't know where...
And then the background of that shot there, Pete, you got Royal Oak 4 Pines with the Spinnaker half up, down.
Oh, right. Is he on the bricks?
Is he on the bricks over there?
Down in the eastern side of Bradley's Head. Oh, doesn't look too good. He's about to capsize.
Spinnaker in water, boat will tip over, usually.
And I think he's off the shore, though, isn't he? It's hard to... Yeah, I think he's clear of the shore. As we watch Marine Outlet around in good pressure here. Some of the best pressure of the day. Six's got a bit wobbly there. And Shore and Partner Spinnaker all over the bow. And
How do you do that?
The boom.
Oh, how do you round the end of the booms? You mean do it every time?
Oh, dear. They've had a disastrous day, poor old Emma.
And she got back to the back of the peloton, Pete.
Yeah. Now, how do you untangle that?
Oh, I can tell you how. Don't ask me how I know.
With great difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay, the breeze is up here now. Good 12, 13 knots perhaps.
14 perhaps even,
Yeah.
Pete.
There's the Burrowing. I don't know where she's off to, but
I think they might have had a little riding lever.
hey, but anyway, we're on. Oh, there's the Burrowing. Still trying to get down to the market. Shout up. Today's race sponsor, the Burrowing Young Henrys.
Probably 16 in that puff, Pete, the Finport mainsail.
Yeah, best we've seen all day.
Flicking in and out.
It looks quite solid, eh? Jimmy said that the breeze was forecast to get a bit stronger as the day went on, and that's what's certainly happening here. This long beat up into Rose Bay. Yeah, but he's throwing a bit of sheet at this. And Finport looking strong now in this breeze. Can he get himself into third place? This will be a big comeback if he can.
Well, with plenty of yachting to go, Peter. It's a tricky old reach the other way, and the breeze is back further right than it was even at the start now with this slight build.
Yeah, but it's a good build too. This is 15 or 16 knots. Plenty for everyone now.
And the leaders all agree on the right way to go here anyway, Pete, so...
That's the go for third. Your name here's just dropped back a little.
He got into a zone of not much pressure on the left edge and wrong part of the current. Or maybe 18 knots of wind coming down, Peter.
Look at this. This is fresher. Yeah. Right up here. So that's Rag and Famish to windward of Finport. Just looking up, there's Yandu. Where is Yandu?
No, that is a good question at this time.
Where is Yandu?
Lost.
Can you spot them, Jimmy? The Yandu? We can see Yandu in that really good
yeah,
pressure.
just
right up
over
over
there.
I see. Yeah, it was hard to see.
No, he's in disguise.
Yeah, just we come around to the right, we'll see him. There he is. Still leads quite comfortably. Wow,
You
there's
remember
boats.
Mick has been filling in on the Finport
Yes.
as well, so it's
He's
not
been
like
doing a lot of
he's
sailing, quite a lot of sailing this year, but still a new boat, good crew.
And you know, Mika, Jimmy, he'd be enjoying immensely having Louis Brake and Fang in front of him, I can tell you.
Oh, absolutely.
He's not the biggest guy, Mika.
Gee, he's opened up a nice lead here. He's probably extended from the from the leeward mark. Best breeze of the day here. Looks pretty constant across the course. But it's Yandu that leads this first heat of the Australian titles.
Bit of 18 to 20 there, Pete.
I like it.
A bit of mainsail flappage on the Andu into a beauty off Point Piper. Oh, Peter.
Oh, awkward. Oh, awkward. Awkward on the Andu on that tack.
Yep.
Back the jib to get her bow round.
Pete Harris, the football valve might be feeling the strain a bit.
I'd like to extend regards to Rob and Ferg Pelly from Opossum Bay in Tasmania. It's great to see them at Christmas time in Hobart, and thank you very much for saying hello and enjoyed the Christmas pudding that you gave me. So it was very nice of you.
And their close neighbour down there, Freddie Barrett.
Yeah,
Fredo.
Rob stops his gardening while he watches the 18-footers each Sunday, so Happy New Year to you guys, to Rob and Ferg. Hope you're enjoying the coverage, and we've got a lot more to come this year, or this season, as we're watching Yandu trailing off on Yandu. I need your clock on this, Andrew. It's a big lead now.
Yeah, minute 30, you know?
Oh,
Maybe even a bit more.
even a bit more in good breeze. It's a,
Great bit
it's a
of
long
pressure.
distance.
This next reach will be an absolute special, Pete.
That's the leader going into Rose Bay.
Sorry, it's a VMG run, isn't it, Jimmy? What am I saying?
Taylor's, mate.
Taylor's Bay, indeed.
Not Taylor's Wine,
Yeah.
Taylor's Bay.
Oh, don't mind a bit of the Taylor's Shiraz.
So this next run's going to have plenty for everyone. Even though it's a VMG run, got to be pretty accurate with you. Spinning at work and jiving at Yandu around in a beauty. Great work, Mika Lane. Spoke the state champion under John Winning, senior. Jive, nice work.
Courage and conviction there. That barrelway was insane.
Just take it easy with the boys. That's a good path. Gonna hoist now.
Yeah, no real hurry. They're under no pressure at all from the second placing. They've opened up a nice gap.
Yeah, they'll just be trying to get home in one piece now.
And now going up, spinning her up.
Plenty of experience in the yacht.
There's Andrew coming in. One more tack and then in. What's the lead so far, Andrew?
Just coming towards Una Newton.
A what?
1 minute.
Right.
1 minute.
See what happens when we leave Malone for a while,
exactly,
Chipper?
exactly. Gives him time to think.
Andrew struggling, as you might expect, a bit. The combination a la Sammy Newton, not quite there with Pete Harris in the bow.
And it is puffy as anything here.
Oh,
Wow.
here goes the Andrew boys.
Call it 1:15, Peter. There you go.
Well, that's a good lead.
It is a good lead.
Go a long way in a minute 15 and 18 footer.
Particularly in 18 knots of wind.
Say hello to Mike Hughes. Got his feet up at the Fremantle fire station. Didn't do any work over there, Hughesy. He's always watching. Oh, hang on.
Yandu's.
What did we say? What could possibly go wrong?
Just needed to get home.
Yep, and they haven't as yet.
They
They
roll
were just on a jibe there.
Well, they bow in, yeah?
Tipsy-turvy over they went.
Well, look at Rag and Famish here. Just tells you how...
Well, it's another boat capsized back at Shark Island who's coming upwind, but dear.
So there's enough time here for the results to get shaken, Peter.
So the Rag is still third. Well, yes, third.
Might be on the water too.
There's another boat that was coming upwind right off Shark Island's capsize. Here goes Bo Junk. He's done a terrific job standing in for Harry Price. He'll get...
Looks like the
third.
snag that's capsized there, Pete.
Yeah, it is. Smeg off the wharf at Shark, but we're watching. And there's Your Name Here's dropped back a little, but Finport's the one that's been the mover. And the question will be, how quickly can Yandu...
Oh, that'll be
get
a long
themselves
swim,
up?
Pete.
Yep, spinning her up.
That'll be a 3-minute swim. So I would predict that Finport and Rag will pass Yandu here.
So Andu has gone down, leaving Shark Island to starboard,
Which is
whereas
possibly the safer way to go.
yeah,
but
whereas Yandu is leaving it to port. But
these guys here in more pressure on this side, I think.
oh,
Pete.
here's the Rag. Okay, there's Andu. Here's the Rag. The spot of bother here, the Rag.
I just had to flap his way
Yeah, around
around a boat going upwind.
So he's split away from Finport. That's Finport in the background with a white shirt. He'll leave Shark Island to starboard, as did Andu. The Rag is following the track of Yandu, who is still capsized.
And Peter, rain squall coming out of the city now.
Absolutely a beauty over the city. You can see that storm cloud. Wow, what a shot that is. Get your wet weather gear on, Bucko. So, get your wet weather gear on.
No, I'm going below, mate. Do some navigation.
Okay, well, there's still plenty of tricks in this race course. So, Yandu not far off a... Oh, there he goes now.
So the Yandu is upright, but
Yeah.
a fair way off getting going here.
Off camera, there's Finport. Keegan York, he's trying to get himself into second spot here. This will be a very good effort. Look at that great shot of the storm clouds over the bridge. Finport and full wick.
And Finport will have a little advantage here of being able to watch Yandu's lay line.
Yep. So Matty Stender and Phil Marshall and Keegan York driving this boat to the maximum. So he's probably in second spot now as Yandu has got themselves up and running downwind without the spinnaker. Oh, look at Yandu's got a bit on here too.
Yeah, he's overcooked it a bit going into the Cardinal. They'll handle it, but wow, he's high.
Pete Harris in the bow, he'd be worth it. Working hard now, his muscles will be aching. Still a bit, long way to go.
So for the viewers a bit further back, Finport's setting up to jibe earlier, as we discussed. Tricky to lay into this mark.
Yeah, it catches you out, doesn't it? You jibe too late and it's quite catastrophic. And we're still seeing, I think off camera there, is that the Rag and Famish still capsized.
The Royal Oak.
Royal Oak, I'm sorry, the Royal Oak. So,
Yandu not a very good lay line, having to run square.
no, now he's run out of a bit of gas. It's got light here, lifted off over.
No, he's just decided to
Yeah.
run square to the mark, Pete.
There's the mark, you just see it.
And it's dangerous and slow. What could possibly go wrong? Well, a few things.
Oh, look at that breeze. It's Finport barreling down now.
He'll just execute at the usual pretty good standard. Come in and probably do a jibe drop at the corner.
Yeah, it's very windy, as you can see the white caps now. As Yandu goes round, Finport will be second. I think he's jibed again.
Yeah.
And there's Yandu who's up and going with his spinnaker with that red and blue oval.
And the rag coming from the other edge, Pete.
And the Rag from the other edge. So the battle is on for second here. Yandu had secured a very handy lead, but then perished downwind.
Oh, and the Rag and Famish is overstood.
Oh, the Rag and Famish is coming in from that right-hand side, and he has certainly overstood. He's got to drop early and two-sail reach up. Finport's done it pretty well. Okay, so Yandu will still be third after he's capsized.
This is the camera cap.
There's the Royal Oak still in the upside, or capsized, the green hull, as Yandu jibing.
Finport a bit too conservative, but they're going to get...
Oh, Rag and Famish coming in, main and jib reaching.
Oh, and in trouble, really. Bit of water skiing.
Okay,
Finport running dead square.
Okay, Kurt Mitchell's caught right up. He's got himself up there. He's had a very good run. So he rounds 2 boat lengths behind Finport. Finport's still untidy. No jib on.
Finport got some issues. Plenty of wind though, Pete.
Yeah, it was best wind of the day. What's happened to your name here? The jib sheets. Has he had a problem?
Out of the cleat.
No, he's got it now.
Got it now.
Yandu round in 4th spot.
But advantage Finport there, Pete. Just lean on it now.
And Balmain next, and then the Rag. Oh,
wow, and the Rag living dangerously.
yep, still dangerous.
Crikeys.
Oh. They've had a great race till now and still in it, still very much in it. So this is the battle for second and third, really.
Yep.
Oh, poor old Rag.
Doggy, you're going to have to get someone down to Bradley's with...
And this breeze looks as though it's settling in, doesn't it?
This
It's
is
18, 20 here.
the rest of the yacht race is probably like
need
this,
to get
Pete.
someone-
Maybe even a bit more coming, looking to the east. Wow.
Yeah, some boats have got caught out on that spinnaker run.
There's one going up on the bricks at Bradley's.
So we're just trying to get some help for the Royal Oak.
Royal Oak is in big trouble. Operating's nearly on the bricks. We need to get a boat to an urgent.
So that's what they're looking at upwind as Jordan Gertis in Fisher Paykel jibing to go round. He's in about 8th position, followed by Marine Outlet. And then a long gap to Smeg, who capsized going upwind. There's the Royal Oak, just got themselves up. Okay, so Finport, and your name here, Yandu. So Andu has cleared right out after the spectacular capsize to Yandu. It's the first heat of the national titles here on the harbour. 6-heat series, all over the long course. One drop after we get into this regatta.
Cam McDonald and Charlie Diekman on that yacht we just went past.
There's the rag. Just in front of him is Balmain. They went back at the start too, didn't they, Balmain?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've come through very well.
And they don't usually start their races very well anyway.
Long as you finish them well, I guess.
Oh, that's right, isn't it? So there we go.
So they're going to go up to the left of the island, I think, are they? By the look of it. Yeah, so they're punching in towards Steel Point, Nielsen Park. Geez, there'll be some tide ripping around there against them. This is the real action, the battle for third. See, way in the distance, besides the air of the seaplane, is Andu on starboard. This is Finport and Yandu. And Andu right at top of screen at Point Piper on starboard. And not far out of it, off camera, is your name here. Starting to get very grey and looking down to the south, there might be a bit of rain eventuating in the next hour or so.
Finport a bit quicker up window than your name here, Pete. Your name here, Rick, not looking too comfortable, is it, Jimmy?
No, it looks
There's a little bit of more of a tune.
yeah. Yeah, they're struggling a little, aren't they?
Finport looking pretty clean.
Mainsail needs to be a little flatter, you'd think, in these conditions. And the breeze is in solidly. Okay, Yandu tax, Finport tax. Converging is your name here.
Just a drag race to the windward mark, but very solid pressure. 18 to 20.
Oh,
Yeah,
your name here's got plenty.
yeah. Full flappage.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So now a nice tricky one, Pete. Two
Yes,
sail.
yes.
Are you up for it?
I'd go for the shoot, Bucko. Let's go for it.
Make it easy.
Yeah.
It makes a bound do the work.
That's the weather mark. Just see that orange mark as Andu Still a fair way from it.
Tell you what, the Yandu's not travelling too badly there either, are they?
No.
Pretty close, those two boats. So the guys will two sail past the end of the wharf, coming back towards us here where we are at the corner of southern corner of Shark Island. So Finport just a little higher than Yandu. Yandu, a bit of main flapping going on there as well.
Yeah, there's plenty of wind.
Breeze has turned right a little bit though, might favour the guys on the right edge here.
So,
There's a burrowing ducking across it.
he's
sponsor.
been, where's he been?
A lap in arrears, he's been on the fin, mate.
Geez, a long way back.
Yep.
Anyway, Andu on the ley line. The windward mark here in Rose Bay. You have a nice margin up his sleeve, but we said that about Yandu last time when he absolutely more than stubbed his toe, he stubbed his complete foot, both of them, and capsized. It looks like Yandu might have got himself back into second here.
Yeah, no, he's back in second, I think, got the breeze just a little bit in the right here.
Yeah.
Andu going to a shirt in plenty of wind here. This might get a bit frisky. And it's up and good to go.
Yep, they're good to go. There's some work on for this crew now. Boom, there it goes.
Bingo.
Shark Island, the first obstacle. John
they-
Winning Jr., Sevi Jarvin and Pete Harris today.
That's the view from the helmsman position on the Andu.
Yeah.
Just good enough.
Great job. They've been there or thereabouts.
A very good bit of pressure coming.
Yeah, so very, very well. List. Okay, Yandu will be second. Finport third. Okay, Yandu in a screamer. Okay. Good job, Mika Lane. Keegan York still to get the bow down on Finport as we concentrate on the race leader. Smoking towards Bradley's.
See their BMG running.
They're doing it nicely at the moment. Great effort. Highly experienced team here
In a kind of safe mode, yeah?
even though Pete Harris is new to this boat. He's done a lot of 18-foot sailing. Second nature to Sevi and Herman winning this.
So Finport took a long time to get the bow down on the top.
Yes. There's second, third and fourth. Yandu second, Finport third. Your name here fourth. See the breeze coming out of Rose Bay. So just this one final run down toward Robertson Point and then the beat to the finish. And it's Andu leading the first heat of this national championship. They're doing quite comfortably, aren't they, Andrew?
Yeah, no, they should be able to get home from there, but we've said that before.
They look very comfortable here. Lovely ride. Just doing it very easily. Good trim on the chute. Boat nicely balanced. We're behind them. Yandu and Finport have got to go high.
They need to get on the other giant.
Yeah, I think
guys.
they do, don't they?
Those two.
Not too far off it, probably.
But Andu has just ridden the pressure down beautifully.
Yeah. So, Pete, you happy we'll give them the prize? We'll just say, yep, that'll do. Opera,
yeah, I
fat
would.
lady, etc.
Yeah, I would be, but it's getting very grey and windy on the harbour. Andu now getting the bow down on the Yandu.
Not on the screen, but the your name here is aiming directly at the lighthouse on Bradley's head almost.
Okay,
In one of
well,
the
that-
gusts.
This is a good path.
Well, that might be okay, actually, if you can get around Bradley's, of course.
No, he's okay.
So we've got a man sitting in here.
Yep. So that's kind of their safe mode, Pete, and VMG obviously
I think it's Sevy, is it, sitting in? And yeah,
just depower the boat a little bit.
yeah. Pete Harris in the bow, and here's your name here.
Safe being a relative concept, I suppose. Finport, no jibing. Yandu, no jibing. Here
No.
comes your name here. Yandu now back on screen.
Yeah,
Not
that-
very far to go to the bottom mark. Another 20, 30 seconds.
Lovely control. Oh, it's a good one. They're going to lay right down to it. Nice early conservative drop, and just a nice beat home.
Yeah. He's just done
Now
that.
they got 3 on the wire now.
Yeah. He now can do an easy drop and a comfortable dial up and go to the mark. No worries.
Okay, 1 man in,
Not far off it there.
2 in.
Yep.
Yeah. There's the mark, lovely. Nice conservative clean drop. Bow will go up. Finport off camera's got a bit of trouble. The ferry got in his way off camera, but caused him to flag his spinnaker. But as Andu goes round and on their way to the finish, there's Finport now.
Finport's in the tide.
Finport's gone. He got wobbly on that ferry that's off camera, and he never really
the
gets,
Manly fast ferries.
he never recovered, did he? Got wobbles.
Well, he
Flagged the
got in
ship.
a prop wash,
Yeah, yeah. His day is over for second or third, so leaves Yandu clearly second, and on his hammer, probably 30 seconds in arrears is your name here. There's no Finport over.
So the ferry caused that by
Yes.
turning in towards it.
Yeah. Now, bad day for poor old Keegan. Anyway, Yandu leads.
I'll have a chat to their CEO that drinks at the Manly Skiff Club of that ferry company.
It'd be nice to have a severe talking to. Why they've got to go so close, you'd never know. But anyway, another story for another day as we're watching your name here jibe nicely. Oh, Yandu's overcooked here, surely.
Well, no, well, he
Well, he's
didn't,
got a main jib reaching. Yeah.
didn't quite get it right, did he?
No.
Your name here's going to get second, Pete.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's going to be close.
He's in a jibe drop. He's closer to the mark.
Yeah. He will.
Yeah, Yandu's got to do a two-sail jibe in plenty.
Absolutely. He just misjudged that. Poor old Mika. Mika Lane. So your name here. It's been there or thereabouts all race. Oh, Yandu trying to get inside. He does get inside. Oh, your name here couldn't get dialed up quick enough.
Couldn't quite. Oh well, good effort. And guess who's next?
Yeah, Balmain boys. They put in a very solid performance. Henry Larkins, Miles Davey and Flynn Toomey. Nice job.
Flynn will be sick of the sight of spinnakers after today, after
Well, that's-
they went down at St George,
Sailing 16-foot skiffs.
filling in on the, I think he started on the Newcastle Financial Planning with Benny Brunnages.
How's the Finport boys? Are they getting up or
No,
they?
I can't see him getting up.
Their turtle just back towards the Sea Scout.
Fully upside down.
Oh dear.
You see that 12-foot skiff with the blue stripe.
Yes. So next will be the Rag. I think they might have had a little bit of an upset that last beat because they were up a lot closer to this group, but Bo Junk has stepped in and done a terrific job, so he'll clearly in second, third, fourth, fifth. So Yandu is about halfway up this final beat, with Yandu second, your name here third, and Balmain within striking distance. Finport still capsized. Disappointment for them. They were trying to drive hard into second. What's the breeze here, Andrew? 15, 16, 17 perhaps? Right out of the south.
Looking at the amount of inversion they're getting, it might be more than that.
Yeah.
20 where Andu is now, I would say. Binport try.
So, Yandu at the moment on starboard there is clearly in second spot.
Yeah, no, there's a pretty big gap now, 1, 2 to 3.
But here's the race leader. He's got probably 1 or 2 more tacks in to the finish.
Nice long finishing line, Pete.
Lovely. And this has been a very solid performance. Probably at times not quite as quick as Yandu upwind, but no mistakes.
Well, a little wobbly down the first reach.
Yeah, but
Here they go to attack.
they were always in the top 2, and here they are at the top 1, which is where you want to be at the finish. Herman winning, Sevi, the defending JJ champions. So they'll be very pleased with this very good effort. Pete Harris in the bow standing in for Sam Newton. Yandu got themselves into second after having a big lead and capsizing, but full marks to the Yandu boys. They've got about 150 metres to go to the finishing line. They don't get run over by a big powerboat going right through the finishing line. Maybe yours, Jimmy, is he?
Yeah, I think we had Christmas with him.
Should have poisoned his drink.
Big bit of pressure coming out of the left here to welcome Andu to the finish line.
Yes, it is.
Crikey. More coming too by the look of the sky, but anyway.
Now they'll get this done. There's the committee boat. They'll leave that to starboard. And they'll lay in here on this, I think.
Yeah, no, clean.
Yeah. Very good.
Peter, finish line long enough, even you could have picked the low line.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well done. Top marks to Andu.
And they'd be pleased with that.
Well, absolutely. Any win's a good win.
Yep.
Pretty much mistake-free.
Pretty solid looking boy, the big Pete Harris. My goodness.
Well, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Did you get a time going on that, Andrew? So, Andu takes first blood in the Australian Championships. Very comprehensive and solid and win. Be very pleased with that performance. So a day for Andu and Yandu. It's got Yandu coming in second.
Finport had a second swim after they got it up by the looks of it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they had to tie something back together. They were mucking around in the boat. Breakage as well.
Okay, so Yandu on a lay to the finish. Your name here will be third. And the Balmain boys, Henry Larkins, will be fourth. That's the way it's stacking up at the moment. That's the way I think it'll finish. Yandu laying in. Your name here pretty tight. He might have to tack one more, but his Andu with Mika Lane, Fang Warren and Lewis Brake. It's a pretty quick boat they've got there. But they've sailed it very well, except for that spectacular capsize down the run from Rose Bay back to Taylor Bay. No, the Yandu are laying in. Your Name Here is third. She will get there.
Out there now, Peter.
Yep.
145.
145. Wow, that is a good win.
Yeah.
Well, consider Yandu capsized. It took them a long while to get up.
Yeah, it wasn't 3, it was about 2 and a bit minutes.
Well, every bit of that, I'd say. Your Name Here is across.
Well, Pete, you don't need to know this, but standard rule of thumb says spinnaker capsize 3 minutes. Standard
Yeah,
time.
well, that's if you're quick.
No, but they were quicker than that.
Yeah.
They did really well.
Balmain will be fourth after going back at the start. They have sailed a very good race also. The breeze is quite frisky here in Double Bay. Great overhead shot. They're across.
Yep, and a long way back to Rag and Famish, I think, next.
They'll be fifth, okay.
Yeah. Well, the old weather lived up to expectations. A little build. Plenty of snakes and ladders.
Yeah, so these are now coming in for, we've had 4 finishes. Next probably would be Fisher Paykel, I think. Jordan Gertis.
Oh, you might be right.
He's
Pete.
got
Not-
ahead of
not the Rag and
Famish.
Yeah, maybe. Rag and Famish sort of towards the Port Tack low line, but a fair way back.
Yeah, he was. I think he must have perished on that last beat or spinnaker run because he was there or thereabouts, but then dropped right back. But a good effort from those boys. I mean, with Bo Junk just dropping in to steer in place of Harry Price.
Not on screen is the Finport just off Bradley's now, Pete. They look like they're limping home. So
Did they go down the Leeward mark, Jimmy? Or not?
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did, but happy to be proven wrong.
There's going to be a good battle here for fifth between Fisher Paykel and Rag and Famish. Rag probably on the lay line, Fisher Paykel not.
But Fisher Pike will probably 2 more tacks, Pete. So
Yeah, that'll cost him.
that'll cost about 6 boat lengths. So it probably Rag is next. Yeah, but he looks like he's pressing on the jib pretty nicely, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, judged that very nicely.
Fisher Paykel against the shoreline. Right.
Okay, Fisher Paykel just tacking.
Hey, Rag's across it
crossing.
easy.
Rag may have one more tack as well.
No, it's there.
Do you think he's there?
Yep.
Yeah, just getting a nice bit of pressure, yeah.
Nice left-hander to finish on. Job
He's there.
done.
Well done. So Rag will be fifth.
And that's a good effort from a glued-together combination.
Fisher Paykel sixth. And then a long way back, probably to there's maybe Marine Outlet and the Kitchen Maker and Smeg perhaps,
And sixth.
and sixth there as well. So
You better send a note to the Marine Outlet that the lay line was about 5 minutes ago.
That's the
that's
Finport
Finport.
all the way out
Finport,
there.
sorry,
That's why I
yeah.
think there's something broken.
Sorry, Marine Outlet.
Yeah.
Marine Outlet's
They're
just
not
there on
racing.
screen, mate.
Sorry, boys.
take that back, Andrew.
I just did.
Okay, good, thank you. So it looks like Smeg
Yep.
will be 7th. We know they had at least one capsize. And then a little battle for 8th between Marine Outlet and 6th, probably 6th at the moment, holds the ace there. And then after them will be the Kitchen Maker. And that's probably nearly it, Jimmy, is it? Is there anyone?
The only other boat afloat that I can see is the Burrowang, today's sponsor, which is shooting down here behind us.
Right.
Oh. Biton.com there.
Yep, so here's the Smeg laying in, so she'll get across in 7th spot. Nathan McNamara, Jed Cruikshank and Jack Taylor. And next will be 6th, which is Nathan Edwards, Alex Leslie and Lockie Pryor. Was Nathan Edwards sailing 16s?
Yeah, he sails on the Eric Storage from Middle Harbour.
Right, he's had a long week too. Sleep well tonight. Okay, so Smeg's across 7th. 6th is 8th, if you know what I mean. 6th is 8th. Marine Outlet 9th.
Pete, you can't even count to 8.
I'm writing it down, that's why I remember.
2 zeros on top.
Yeah, Outlet. Marine Outlet
And
9.
one of your foundation members of the Kumquat Club there too.
Yeah, just give you a bit of wake for no reason at all.
Yeah, Finport looks like they're going home out the
Are
back
they?
of the
No, it's a
boat,
shame.
mate.
So you can have one drop in this series. So you'd say you don't want to drop the first race really, but so be it. Kitchen Maker coming in on a nice right-hander. So that's the top 10 done. Kitchen Maker is Lockie Steele, Jerome Watson, Ben Kirkby. Oh, hang on, there's still way to go, boys. Keep in that right-hander. Oh, we're not under any pressure. So you can,
You'd tack, wouldn't you?
oh, no, just have a yarn. Yeah,
You'd pull the jib on. at
good
least.
for the camera. Oh,
Do
but that's-
something.
There now.
Anything.
There they go. Well done. Top 10. So there's only one to finish, I think, is our old friends on the Burrowang, and they're a long way off. So I think we'll just recap with Andrew. Give us your overview of the day quickly, please.
Well, it's the usual story, isn't it, Pete? Building breeze. Anybody that stayed upright comprehensively won the race, and everybody else been on the lever. So, end of story. Breeze did build to something that pretty much anticipated by the models, maybe a little bit earlier and a little bit more, perhaps, but pretty close. And big shot in the arm for the Andu boys, and they'd be pleased with that result. And Finport ruining what could have been. The makeshift team in Yandu, pretty good effort from Mika with Louis Brake and Fang Warren. And other boats had to go back at the start.
On the back of that, Bucko, do you think Mika will probably be permanent there now?
Well, that's what might play out if Woody gets his hip replacements, and he couldn't sail today, and he wasn't looking too well out of the boat yesterday in the historic. So that's probably the plan. But I'm not far from certain, because Mika at one point this morning was going to be steering the Rag and Famish. So,
Right, okay.
So who knows? Is the answer to that? So Pete, that'll do, won't
I
it?
do know the answer. Well, I don't. I know half the answer.
Half the answer.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Well, if I wasn't contracted to here, I'd be steering. The Yandu.
Right.
When he rang me this morning, he said, "What do you think?" I said, "Oh, I couldn't break the news to Jimmy Bury." So, so that's a disappointment for me. But anyway, I live with these disappointments. So, anyway, look, I think we've seen a very good first heat. Full marks to Andu and certainly to Yandu. Your name here was always there or thereabouts. So, we've got another 5 heats to go. Disappointment for defending champion in Finport, Keegan York. They recalled and went back and got themselves almost into second spot, and they capsized. So we'll just round out the top 10. It's Andu first, Yandu, Your Name here third, Balmain fourth, good effort after being recalled. Rag and Famish fifth, Fisher Paykel sixth, seventh Smeg, eighth, sixth, ninth Marine Outlet, 10th the Kitchen Maker, and still to finish I think, and still going, is our old friends in the Burrowang Young Henrys. They're down there somewhere.
Just behind that blue
There they are, still coming
super
up.
yacht, mate.
So they've just got the one beat to go to the finish. They should get there in 11th. So next Friday at 5 p.m, we're back on the air for the Super Cup. I think 3 short races, Jimmy, is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. 3 short races.
Yep.
Balmain is the sponsor.
Right. So we'll be here bringing that to you. Andrew, I think you're on deck. I've got a bit of long service leave due, so I'm taking that. And I'll be back next Sunday for the second heat of the National. So again, on behalf of all the team behind the scenes, terrific coverage once again to Jimmy and Andrew at the front of the scene. Thank you. And all the Sale Media team, we've enjoyed bringing it to you. We look forward to seeing you back on Friday and certainly back next Sunday for the second heat of the Australian titles. So this is Peter Shipway signing off from a grey and gloomy Sydney Harbour.